everyone. My name is Amy Liu, and I am the Director of Alumni Affairs for AMCP. Thank you for tuning into our first Alumni Spotlight. Today we have a very special guest. His name is Dr. Mike Gannon, and he is the Assistant Director of Specialty Pharmacy Services and Operations. So if you want, you can introduce yourself really fast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the UIC AMCP chapter. I'm glad to be involved with the chapter. I graduated in 2015 and I went to the University of Illinois Chicago. I was an active member of AMCP. I did a managed care residency with CVS Health within their specialty pharmacy. And then I was able to stay on with CVS for a couple years, and then I had the opportunity to come back to UIC with our specialty pharmacy here in 2018, and I've been here since. So thanks for interviewing me, Amy. I'm excited to share my experiences with the students, and please let me know if there's anything that I can do for any of you during your semester or during the term.
Okay, great. Yeah, we're really excited to hear about what you do at your job. So what is your role, and please describe what your responsibilities are.
Yeah, so my role has really evolved since coming to UIC in 2018. Right now, I'm recently been appointed to assistant director role for our specialty pharmacy service. Within that role, my goal is to improve operational efficiencies for our specialty pharmacy so that we can serve our patients, increase the volume or our capacity to serve future patients or additional patients that we're able to dispense for, as well as making sure that we're maintaining high quality standards with our operations, meeting patient needs, in addition to accreditation requirements that we may need to meet. So really, my role is just getting ingrained with our operations, understanding the workflows, making sure that our staff are trained appropriately to address patient care concerns. So do they have the equipment? Do they have, is there refreshers that they need in terms of workflow processes? Do they feel empowered to handle complaints? Do they feel empowered to address patient concerns? So it's still being defined in the process, but really it's just evolved around trying to maximize our efficiencies with our operations.
I see. Wow, that sounds like a lot on your plate. So what's a daily schedule look like?
Yeah, so a daily schedule. I mean, I usually come in at about 7 to 7:30. I'll check my calendar. There are usually, 4 to 5 meetings on the calendar each day, and those meetings can be internal, meaning that we're working with other assistant directors for department meetings, or maybe members on our specialty pharmacy team on initiatives that we have going or goals that we're trying to meet, and we're trying to come together to either track how we're doing towards those goals or discuss strategies for improving or trying to meet those goals. I could also have meetings with, external organizations. So we often meet with other health system specialty pharmacies to talk about best practices, or maybe potentially collaborating on research or other initiatives that we have. I'm also involved with ASHP and their section of specialty pharmacy practitioners. So I usually have once a month, I have a meeting with them to kind of go over different projects that we have that are supporting ASHP's section. So to summarize, I have 4 to 5 different meetings that I'm attending. I always go down and check and see how the operations are doing. So I'll walk in, I'll talk to the team, see how things are going that day, what are the challenges, what are the problems that they're having, what are some thoughts on how we can resolve those challenges, and just get a feel for what's going on operationally within the pharmacy. And then, a lot of my day is also working on, you know, certain things that I, others address, I'll need some time to address those projects. So a good one is recently, because I am new to this role, I'm reviewing a couple of our policies and procedures. So looking at kind of what we currently have outlined and if there's any changes that I would like to propose, and kind of considering what the operational impact would be on those potential changes. Thinking about also manuscripts that we want to write to show the value and show what we're doing and share what we're doing with our mail order and specialty pharmacy services. So I might be working on those projects. I often take a rotation student, so I usually have one APP student during one of the. I've taken I'm taking 6 students this year, so you guys I think have 7 mods. Usually, I'll have a student each mod, so kind of meeting with those students, talking about projects that we have going on, analyzing inventory levels or reevaluating par levels for our inventory or thinking about changes to our, workflows, we'll discuss some of those things. And then also to add to the education component. So I'll often be involved with resident projects. We have a PGY1 specialty pharmacy resident that's involved with our specialty pharmacy. So I may, touch base with them and see how I can help them with a variety of different projects. So really to kind of cap it off, my day is a mix of meetings, touching base with our team, working individually on projects, and then also working collaboratively with either residents, students, or other team members on a variety of different initiatives that we have going on with our specialty pharmacy.
Wow, that's a jam-packed day then with all the meetings, residents, and everything. So based on that, would you say you apply more like clinical knowledge or more like business knowledge at your role?
Yeah, a good question. Yeah, I think mine is, I would say, more business administrative. Project management, setting goals, identifying, steps to meet those goals, tracking progress towards those goals. Um, I'm not clinical at all. My role is not clinical at all. And if you told me to go downstairs and verify scripts, I'd be getting a call from the safety officer, potentially. I know a little clinical knowledge, enough to understand kind of the implication on our operations. And if I'm having a discussion or we're talking about issues that may have a clinical consequence, I kind of know at a high level, like, okay, yeah, this can have a big clinical impact or it doesn't have a clinical impact. But really, my role is more administrative, setting the goals, you know, helping the team achieve those goals, and then reporting, how we're doing and asking and kind of structuring what we need in a business plan, to meet the goals that we've established for our team.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. So, how did you decide that you wanted to go into this area of pharmacy?
Yeah, so I think I think the biggest thing that you'll learn is that your fourth year rotations will really allow you to experience a lot of different pharmacy practices, and you need to reflect on what you like and what you don't like. So during my fourth year, I had a managed care residency, which I really gravitated towards. I also, prior to rotations, I had a lot of work experience within specialty pharmacy. I was actually a student for our specialty pharmacy service, while I was in pharmacy school. So I knew that I really liked managed care. I knew that I really liked specialty pharmacy. So that kind of guided how I pursued my career path. Excuse me. Decline. So, how did I decide? Yeah, you just got to be true to yourself. You got to reflect on what you like and what you don't like. Personally, I did not like retail pharmacy at all. I didn't like being an operational pharmacist. I felt like it was kind of boring. I I like projects. I like, focusing more on long-term goals. I like data. And that's an important element to management is kind of analyzing data and looking at your trends and seeing where you may need more staff or where you may need less staff and repurposing staff. Um, and I just gravitated towards the business side of pharmacy. So I just think that's interesting. All the different stakeholders within the pharmacy distribution channel. You have manufacturers, PBMs, insurance, patients, most importantly. So I really just gravitated to learning about kind of how all those different stakeholders influence the practice of pharmacy, and I felt like a management role or a business role was best suited for me to kind of capitalize on that interest. And yeah, here I am today. So.
That's amazing. It's great that you like had ambition to like look out for opportunities that you were like interested in, which I think
Mhm.
it's really important for students to do that, whether they look into like internships over the summer or fellowships or like even volunteering opportunities. So going off of that, did you complete any like postgraduate programs or anything?
Yeah, I did. So, I did do a managed care residency with CVS Health in their specialty pharmacy. That was a PGY1. So, managed care is a little bit different, and I think it might be evolving nowadays too. When I was a student, a lot of the residencies were non-accredited. Just because from an ASHP's perspective, ASHP is the accrediting body for the residency programs. A lot of the managed care residencies were unable to meet some of the patient care requirements that were part of the standards for accreditation purposes. So some of them, instead of trying to force that into a managed care residency, which a lot of managed care, a lot of people that are interested in managed care aren't really interested in the patient care aspect. They're interested in more of kind of a population health slash project based work style. So it may not match um, well with what I'm trying to say is that if a residency tried to fit in that patient care requirement as part of the accreditation standards, it may not necessarily attract someone that's really interested in solely managed care. And so, even though it's important, I think having that patient care perspective is important. But it's a matter of like, should it be a significant focus of your residency, or do you need just enough to get a taste for kind of what the challenges are and what the operational impact is on patient care? And so I decided that I wanted to do the non-accredited managed care residencies at the time. Yeah, the CVS Health Specialty PGY1 was a good fit for me because I was interested in specialty pharmacy. I was able to get a very good overview of the PBM business. So CVS Health is a PBM, pharmacy benefit manager. So I did rotations in clinical development, manufacturer services, product development. They had a program called Specialty Guideline Management, which is kind of the operational end for prior authorizations, is the way that I would like to describe it. So I got a very comprehensive overview of the PBM business, and I don't regret it one bit. I think it really helped improve my strategic thinking as well as it exposed me to a lot of elements of the pharmacy business that I think have been a strength and have really benefited me in my career thus far. So, yeah.
I see. So, do you think like like a residency is required to go into your position or something similar to your position?
Yeah, I think what I would say is that every path is different, and I think if you I think the important thing is really identifying kind of what your skills are and what skills you need to have to reach your goal. and then identify how you can obtain those skills. And in a lot of cases, a residency is a great way to obtain those skills. Now, is it the only path? No. You can kind of do your own training and develop a plan for yourself that would allow you to obtain those skill sets so that you could be in a position to reach those goals and get into a job like I have currently. But I definitely think a residency would help. And nowadays, there's a lot of different options. So you could do a managed care residency. You can also do a HSPA or health system administration residency. So there's a lot of varieties in terms of what's offered through those types of residencies. You could do a combined PGY1, PGY2, or you could do a PGY1 the first year and then go into a second year health system administration residency. And you don't have to do a residency. Maybe you can do a MBA, or you can go into a Master's of Public Health program that would teach you general management strategies and help you from a management perspective. And then really it's all about practice what you learn, and getting the opportunities in your job and in your career to see what works and what doesn't work, and continuously build upon that.
Okay, so last question I have for you then is, what advice would you give to students who want to go into your role or something similar to your role?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing I've learned, if I had some pearls that I would have to give to students, I think don't fear failure. I think failure is an opportunity to reflect on kind of why something didn't work or why something didn't go well, and it's an opportunity for you to learn about how you can do something better and implement that the next time. So don't be afraid of failure. I think be open to different opportunities. Um, you never know what skill sets or what new knowledge you'll learn by supporting or being involved with a new opportunity that's presented to you. I think I would also tell students, focus on how you can differentiate or complement your skill sets as a pharmacist. I think I'm currently in the MBA program at University of Illinois Chicago, and I think just having that business knowledge is something that's really filled a gap for me, and something that I think has really allowed me to skyrocket into a more effective role with our organization. Um, and so identify complementary skill sets or new knowledge. If that's data analysis skills, right? Like seek out opportunities to develop and learn different data analysis skill sets so that you can make yourself more appealing to someone that's hiring for a position, right? So um, yeah, I think I identify kind of complementary skill sets that could benefit you in your career, and develop plans for achieving those skill sets. So yeah, those are kind of the main points that I would tell a student. Don't say no to an opportunity. Identify how you can continue to advance your skill sets, and don't fear failure.
Okay. Okay, well, that is everything that I had today. Thank you so much for doing this with us today. And thank you for everyone for coming to the first alumni spotlight. If you have any questions, please reach out to me or Dr. Mike Gannon as well. We'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Amy. Appreciate it.